Stephen A. Smith folded like a lawn chair. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. You're not going to believe what just happened here. Stephen A. Smith, who previously supported Donald Trump, he went out publicly saying, listen, Donald Trump's, he's a good guy. I think he's starting to backtrack now, so why don't we just jump into this and see what this is all about, all right? Let's do it.
To touch on something that I made news about just a few days ago. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability is where everything needs to begin in this world.
I agree.
It's something I say quite often. I certainly never hesitate to hold folks accountable when mistakes or mishaps occur, so I'm certainly not about to run from it myself. I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media as well, after comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week with the one and only Sean Hannity himself. And I'm fully aware of the outcry that has ensued because of it. A lot of folks in Black America seem pretty pissed at me right now, from friends and loved ones to colleagues, contemporaries, and dare I say even the NAACP itself. Quite a few folks were put off, if not flat out offended, after my words were interpreted as associating support for Trump from the Black community with all the legal issues he's facing. For that, I sincerely apologize. To be clear, my words were misconstrued. I'm stating right here for the record.
Stop this right now. This is straight up insane. So basically, he said he's changing his mind because he was contacted by the NAACP and all these other people. First off, if you state your beliefs and you counter that, you change your mind. Those aren't your beliefs to begin with. Because if you cannot firmly state your beliefs and hold true to that, then you're just like a feather in the wind. Believe whatever other people tell you to believe. Does he not realize this? He's a very intelligent man, don't get me wrong. But the fact is, you cannot bow to the mob. You have to do whatever they say. It's so rare to find someone who states their belief and just takes on all the criticism. You know who's one of those people? Donald Trump. He stands true to his convictions and does not waver.
Taken out of context, misrepresenting and depicting me in a way I found every bit as insulting and disrespectful as folks in Black America evidently felt about what they thought I said. But I'll own it anyway. Because please know that I know the buck stops with me. I'm in the communication business. I've been here for 30 years, so regardless of whatever interpretation that accompanies any words coming out of my mouth, the responsibility ultimately lies with me first and foremost, before anybody else. I've always felt that way. I still do. I always will. Period. Blacks who refuse to support Trump are aware of his history of issues. And we'll never forget how Trump claimed Obama, the nation's first Black president, wasn't even qualified to hold office because he was born in Kenya, although Trump recanted the statement during his 2016 campaign run for the presidency. Yet Trump's dissenters were not the topic of discussion when I was talking to Hannity. The support he appears to be receiving in the polls was what was being discussed. 5 polls, count them, 5. Emerson, NBC News, Daily Kos, New York Times, and Rasmussen, all big national polls had Trump leading over the last few weeks. Plus, according to 538, recent local polls also put Trump ahead in battleground states. He's up 6 points in Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia each. Insofar as Trump gaining support in the Black community, well, how about various publications with these headlines? The Chicago Tribune. This time, Trump really does seem to be making Black voter inroads. Why? The Washington Post. Voters of color are shifting right. Are Democrats doomed? How about the New York Times? As Black voters drift to Trump, Biden's allies say they have work to do. Axios wrote, Big Biden bummer. New York Times Siena poll shows gaps with key demographic groups. Wall Street Journal. Biden loses support among Black men. The Hill. Biden losing support among Black voters in swing states. Survey. Al Jazeera. Why are Black voters backing Donald Trump in record numbers?
Okay, the thing that really saddens me about all this is that why do we have to speak in terms of race? What difference does it make? We all belong to the same race, the human race. We are Americans. I am sick of the media trying to divide us all. Why can't we as Americans just sit back, analyze both candidates? Who will serve my life better? Who will serve my interests more? And if you think your life is better in the last 3 to 4 years under Biden, then go, by all means, go vote for Biden. But if you think your life was better 4 years ago with Trump, which many people believe, then go vote for Trump. Why do you have to divide it by the freaking race? It is so annoying to see all the dang time. And the polls are showing that Donald Trump is more favorable with African Americans now more than ever. Maybe it's just because they are sick and tired of being screwed over by politicians who only care about you one time out of every 4 years when it's time for election season. It's sickening what these politicians do.
Black voter support for Trump up from 4% to 23% poll finds. Why did I say all of that? Because I want to show you I didn't just open my mouth. I read, I listened, and I've seen a momentum shift, as we all have. Anywhere I appear, no matter my subjectivity relating to what I feel, is still going to be based on facts being presented into the stratosphere. That is who I've always been. It is what I will always continue to be. But it's never exercised with malice in my heart and soul. Certainly never to insult or harm the Black community, my community. My thoughts are put out there to present views I believe are pertinent, that alerts us to what's going on, what missteps may be taking place, and how, if at all, they could be corrected. I hope everyone can understand and appreciate my intent, if nothing else, as we march forward right here with the Stephen A. Smith Show.
Stephen A. Smith, I'll give it to him. He's one of the most articulate men on television. You can't be folding to the mob. You cannot allow these people to get underneath your skin. And what he was saying there was just straight up facts. How is that controversial? Those are just the stats. They cannot be disputed. I think the underlying issue is Stephen A. Smith is a very prominent African American. They are intimidated that a big figure such as himself maybe bring a few more voters to Donald Trump. And they don't like that. So they're like, okay, we got to nip this in the bud, go after Stephen A. Smith. I have nothing against Stephen A. Smith. I think he's one of the best analysts in all of sports. I've handled this differently, probably, but then again, we're all free individuals. We all make our own decisions. Let me know in the comments if you would have handled this the exact same way. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.